Hey guys, back again to give you some cool little strength tips to get your push-ups going from zero to hero pretty quickly. You'll get instant strength success with these if you apply them. It isn't easy to remember all these or perfect them straight away, but you will if you apply them to the best of your abilities. You keep that practice up, you will get stronger and stronger and stronger every single time, guaranteed. Okay, first one. This is your setup. So remember, as we spoke about, even an inclined plane, setup and alignment, very important. Everything starts off with the contact to the floor. I've illustrated how we can irradiate tension into these working muscles by applying force here. So if we squeeze a fist, we feel our forearm tighten, squeeze it harder, bicep, tricep, shoulder, white knuckle fist, chest is really engaging as well, hard. So if we can engage the floor with our hand hard, we can already start some serious tension up here before we've even moved. Increase that further by squeezing the butt and tummy, working hard together through that stable midsection. You're going to amplify that strength through those pressing muscles. Okay, more on that later. So again, hence why inclined plane, strong inclined plane will really help you with this. Practice daily. Okay, so our hand position. We create some of this tension from the floor by going middle finger straight ahead, spreading the fingers as wide as you can, but then trying to crush the floor. So I'm spreading them, but then trying to crush that floor in. So when I do that, and I'm pushing the hands down through the floor as well, already tension right through there. Okay, now the other thing is, what we now try and do, and we do this constantly, so not just as we press up, but as we pull down, as we push at the top, we're screwing these hands through the floor. We're spiraling them round. So we're in this position, we're crushing the floor with those fingers spread wide, and it's as if I'm doing this. So I'm trying to rotate thumbs to the outside, but obviously the middle fingers do not move. So we're still in that position. And what that does, sets these shoulders in this correct position, keeps the arm, the elbow in a good strong position. It's helping engage our lat. This rotational torque through this shoulder right the way through will help us zip up from that bottom position right up to the top. It will help us control on the way down better. It will keep our shoulders safer. Okay? So I'll just illustrate a push-up like so. Just for a second. So then your alignment, I'm spiraling those round, I'm pulling the floor towards me, keeping spiraling, driving back up. I'm still spiraling there, still trying to screw through that floor all the time. Down, up, at the top, at the bottom. All the time. Okay? Now, next little step. As I mentioned, the butt and tummy working together, that will really aid your success with your push-ups, especially when they're getting tough. So we engage our midsection, and then we don't want this. We want that tailbone coming through the back of the knees, or shins forward, thighs back, whichever cue works for you. We do that enough so that our body's moving as that's one unit. We don't want any collapse. Now, as the reps get tougher with your push-ups, engage harder and harder and harder. So we don't have to squeeze the butt maximally on that first rep, but maybe a little bit more as the reps become more of a grind, and we engage that butt like we're putting that $1,000 bill between it. Okay, so that'll really aid your push through that upper body. It will stabilize this, so there's, again, your body moves as that one unit. And finally, which works together with this, is the power breathing. Now the power breathing, as we practice this diaphragmatic breathing, so when we breathe in, our belly rises. When we breathe out, our belly falls. How this occurs, this big muscle here, which separates our gut from our internal organs, our thoracic cavity here. So we push that diaphragm down, then our belly distends. It gives our lungs room to inflate. So we practice that pattern of breathing, but if we keep those abdominals braced, flat and strong, Our diaphragm still bears down, but with these abdominals holding that in, it pressurizes this intra-abdominal cavity. So we end up with an increase in pressure and an increase in stability. That increase in intra-abdominal pressure again amplifies our pushing strength. It amplifies our strength whatever exercise we're doing. So it's a good tip to perform with everything. Now again, holding the breath or this pattern is not particularly advisable if you do suffer from high blood pressure. So if in doubt, get your blood pressure checked by us, by your doctor, and if you have got issues, then don't perform this this power breathing method. Those of you who are fit, healthy, then it's a cool way of getting stronger instantly. What we want to do now is, as we take the little breath in, we take a sip of air, we're breathing into that belly, we're bearing down with that diaphragm flat and strong, we've got our pelvic floor lifted because we want to cap that bottom end of this canister off. So this is super stiff, super strong, a lot of tension. We power breathe on the way up, and that's as if we're exhaling just through pursed lips, or with our glottis closed, so it's not a sigh of relief, it is a... So there's pressure building up as that air releases. I will demonstrate, and again, don't care if people think you're silly making these noises, when you're knocking these push-ups out like a marine, then you'll be the envy of everyone. So, hands, middle finger straight ahead, wide fingers, pulling the hands into the floor, pulling the fingers into the floor, screwing that floor up. Hands down through the floor, spiraling those hands. Long line from heels to head, shins forward, thighs back, or tailbone towards the back of the knees. Sit, air, pressurize, pull down. Okay, we're blasting that little bit of air through, pursed lips on that way up. So again, and that's when those reps get tough. Really apply that. Super stable, super strong. You will do it, or else.